Hey, it's your girl Gretchen. For today's conversation about narcissistic abuse, I wanted to talk about the catharsis of the big cry. Oh my gosh, show of hands, who's a big fan of the big cry? I love crying in general, but the big cry just, feels so good. I had one about 4 hours ago. I had been needing one for a couple of months and just couldn't get it to get started. And today I felt it coming on. I was like, yes, let's do this. So my business obviously is about tarot card readings, crystals, the way I make my living. And I have paired up my story about my narcissistic abuse because that is the foundation of my business. And there are a lot of people who do what I do, and now this is distracting me. And I think it's important that when you're pairing yourself up with somebody that it's the right person. So I figured I'd let you know kind of what my business was based in. And obviously, there's a lot more to me than just those two things, but this is my business page, so I keep it at that. But I've mentioned once before that I am thinking about moving out of state, and it's a huge deal. And, my abuse and my trauma tie into that, and other things tie into that. And I had a conversation yesterday, a really important conversation regarding the different houses that I'm looking at, and there's one that I really want, and it looks like that actually would be a really good move for me financially. And I was like, crap, I just wasn't ready for more things to work out on that. And today, when I do the big cry, I talk, like I just, let it all come out. Luckily, I work from home and live alone, so I don't have to stifle it, because I'd be embarrassed. And some of the stuff that came out was really surprising. There's stuff I've already identified. I live in Arizona. This is my home. I love the desert. I don't hate it here. I'm not trying to move away from anybody. But there's a lot of me that wants a fresh start and just a new chapter. And so that's kind of where the move comes in. And it's tough when you want something, but you're not ready to give up the predecessor to it. But today in the big cry, I uncovered unfortunately, I feel dead. Ever since the massive abuse started, when my husband walked out on me, I've never really come back from that. And I hate that because I don't usually let other people have control over me. I certainly didn't let this happen, but it was a big deal and it's hard to overcome. And so when I think about moving there and I think about the things I want to do there, I feel very alive. I feel excited and I'm ready to go. And, in the big cry today, the purging statements that came out and learning I feel dead here, it was hard, but I'm just so grateful to know what my hang up is. So hopefully, whether your catharsis comes from, therapy, or go to one of those glass breaking places, or maybe you go to the gym, but I hope you're getting these breakthroughs like I am, because they feel so good and they're so helpful when you're trying to understand next steps in your life. If you're making decisions based on avoiding harm versus if you're making decisions towards your greater good, it's always helpful to know what those things are so you can identify that. So I hope you're doing great. Have a great day.